everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and I'm here today with a new Archive 365 video for January. And in this video, I'm going to catch up with you guys with my ATC cards. I think we left off on the 15th last time, so I think I'll do the 16th through like the 25th in this video. And then there's going to be one more video for the end of the month that is going to be the last few cards plus the box. So that will be coming, though, more towards the end of the month. And then before that, I will release February, so you have a chance to get a head start on that, so you can be ready on February 1st. So I will get it out as soon as I possibly can. Obviously, I'm in the middle of Junk Journal January, so things are a little bit more hectic than usual, but it should be out in a couple of days. So, all right, so I do have one new printable sheet for you here, and it will be downloadable below the video. So if you perchance purchased the kit on Etsy and not from my website, make sure you email me so that I can get you a link to this as well. I won't be selling any of the future months on Etsy because of the complication of trying to manage like all of the logistics between the two platforms. Like Etsy doesn't allow me to update files and stuff like that. So I'm going to just be going with my website from now on, and hopefully that will simplify things. Also, I am going to be posting the videos there without like involving YouTube, so there won't be any ads or anything like that in those videos. If I post them to YouTube, then they put the ads in them. So if I post them directly to my website, there will be no ads. Okay, so that will be starting in February, and then I'll try to backtrack January as well. I'm just limited to a certain size of video on my website, so I may have like more videos, like shorter videos that are more frequent next month. We'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. So anyway, this is downloadable below. I probably will be using this today. For some reason, I thought, oh, I should include pockets. So I thought, okay, I'll make pockets and I'll make a palette for this kit because everybody got so excited about the palette for the Junk Journal January journal. So I thought, okay, I'll make a mini palette for this one as well. And I have all the colors here as well. And then a few extra things that I put on here because, I had a whole page. So I thought, oh, I'll just, throw a few more things into the mix here. And I'm going to use a bunch of the pockets today. So, all right, so let's jump into making some cards. Okay, I'm starting with January 16th. I have this here, and I already picked out this image here. I also tore up one of the background pages from last time. It was the one that had all the squares on it. I don't have that with me. It looked like this one here. And I just tore it all up into pieces, and I tore up my washi strips from the first kit as well. So I would have those because I thought it would be fun to have a little bit of extra stuff to decorate with, as well as like some like layering items for this one. And then I have all my little pieces, or a lot of my little pieces, not all of it. I still have some of it in my drawer, but I pulled out like a bunch of stuff. So hopefully I'll have enough for today's video. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one, and I am going to, let's see, I feel like I want to use this green right here on here somehow. So I think I might do that. I'm going to just rip both ends. And I'm just going to bust through all of these. I'm gonna glue this guy down, and like for some of I might do it in the next video. I was thinking about like adding some texture paste. I might do some stamping too in this video, just because I like to add those little custom touches, you know what I mean, to these, as well as having the, you know, like we're custom designing all of these anyway, right? Because the cards are all, nobody's cards are going to be the same, because there's like a lot of, you have a lot of options and variations in here, you know, to make your cards like however you want to make them. So I think that would, you know, I think that would be in that, like, it'd be really tough to like have duplicate cards here. Okay, so I need to figure out too, I think I do want to leave my back here for like, because this is a good lined space for like writing, so I want to be able to leave that there to do some writing on. And so I don't want to put that on the back, I don't think. I do want to add something else to the front here though. It could maybe, it feels too big. Oh, maybe one of these little guys here. And then I could stamp something on that. I do have this. This is the Mercantile, Tim Holtz Mercantile stamp set, and I just thought it would be a good one. It has some like good script and stuff on it. So it's one of the ones that kind of hangs around on my desk, and I'm just going to use this here. So that I, you know, so if I need like, you know, a little quick stamping action, I have it. And this will just give me a nice little something on here. So it's not blank. There we go. And I like how it looks when the text is a little bit cut off, so that it looks like it once was part of something else, and then we made it part of this, you know. Alright, so I'm going to see about maybe doing it like this. And possibly, if I'm going to see, I have some ribbon over here too. I'm wondering about putting this all the way across here. Yeah, I think I could do that. Alright, so I'm just going to glue the ribbon down, and then I'll cut it once I have it glued on here. Got a little bit crazy with that there. I can trim this off. I also was thinking about including some of these punched out, I think these are probably hydrangeas, on here, and I thought I could maybe punch them out of, let's see how this looks, what I'm gonna get if I do this, out of these here. I thought it might be like a fun addition to this, you know, because cutting flowers out can be a little bit of a pain, you know, and so like having a little punch like that is kind of a nice bonus. think I might try that. All right, I'm going to put this down here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, so let's go here with this, and then we can also, I'm not sure which size I should go with. I could go with 2. I don't like the 2 because it kind of doesn't have the definition on the leaves that I would like to have. I don't want these to be too 3D, but I did kind of want them to be like a little bit up, because like I still have to get these in a, you know, basically into the deck with the other ones. But it is nice to have a little bit of lift underneath them. Okay, so here's my January. I just want to make sure that I'm gonna get that kind of right there in the center. Oops. Just to make sure that's straight there. I can trim that off. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure if I should do. This is not the most effective way to do this, but you know, I don't have like a little foam pad right now. You know what would look really, really cute is if I had some rhinestones, like, or something to put in the center of these. I'm gonna glue these guys down, and then I'll grab something to put in the middle of them. Because then I can, like, have something pretty on my card, and that makes me happy, so. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so this is going to be January 17th, and I picked this rose one out for this one, and I think I'm going to put a pocket on this one as well. So let's see, I think I'm going to go with this cute little teacup pocket. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I tried to pre-ink all of my stuff so that it would be a little bit smoother. Alright, so I'm going to pop this guy on here. Okay, and then I need to decide a couple of things. Just gonna try to get that centered on there. Okay. I kind of like the idea of this in here. Arranging a pocket is, for me, like, it's so enjoyable. I just love doing it. Like, I could do pockets, I could do pockets for all of mine. I'll probably do more pockets. If you guys want more pockets, let me know. I'll make more pockets. But I'll probably do even more pockets next time. Because I realized during Junk Journal January that, like, I really do love putting stuff in a pocket. And even if, like, if you had something small from your day that you wanted to tuck in this little pocket, you could totally do that too, you know? So I think that it would be like, it's like a cute little thing to have. It didn't occur to me when I was first making these that that would be a good idea. But I think now that I've had some time to consider it and think about it, it feels like a good inclusion. I'm trying to decide if I should put something down on there or not. I don't want to lose this because I'm super good at losing stuff. That might be cute. If I layer this up on here. I'm already making a huge mess. I was gonna try to be less messy this time. Could this one go in here too, maybe? Okay, let's layer these guys up. Whoops. I think I might punch some more of those flowers too. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go with this too. I was thinking of maybe going with this up here. It does help to have everything kind of laid out in front of you. Even if it's not like the neatest situation in the world, it does help. Put that there. Okay, wait. I do want to put something, I think actually, I think I'm going to staple Lucky on here. Let me just check and see here. I do have some of this like transparent like fabric that I can put right underneath it. Sometimes I just like to have a little something on the background. These are not the greatest scissors for cutting a straight line. These are the ones. Okay, so it's not perfectly straight, but it's better than before. Oh, you know what? Here's the other thing I'm gonna do. Okay, wait. Alright, so let's get, I'm gonna get the stapler. And just staple this. Okay, and then I'm gonna trim this edge. There we go. Okay, I would like something else in this pocket. I wonder what else I could put in there. Okay, I want to put that under there. There we go. Oh, that one is cute. I like that one. Okay. There's that. I don't have to, some of these I printed lines on the back of, so I don't have to worry about sticking anything on the back. These are, like, a few of you guys have messaged me and said, like, that you're having a good time with these, and I have to say, I am also having a very good time with them. It's just fun to do, and it's, like, so fulfilling, because this did not take that long, you know what I mean? It only took me a few minutes. It's not like I spent 40 minutes on it, you know? Okay, so this is going to be my card for the 18th. What I did is I just went through and I picked out I showed last time, but I went through and I picked out the cards that I wanted to use, and I matched them all with the dates. And then I clipped the date to the card so that I wouldn't lose it, because I'm especially good at losing stuff. So I wanted to make sure I had that ready to go. Okay, and I think I'm going to do another pocket, because that was pretty fun. I think I'm going to put this one on here. And I think it's going to go on the back this time. And then I'll just do a little decorating. I'm not sure it's going to go on the front. I love the image on the front of this card for some reason. It's like half of a framed painting, and I don't know why I'm so into it, but like the second I saw it, I was like, oh, I love that. I guess I like that it's a little bit off-center and different. It doesn't, I guess there's not really a front and a back. Either one could be the front, either one could be the back. I'm thinking of this as the front for some reason. Ooh, my pocket's a little bit bigger. I must have not cut this one right. When I designed them in Photoshop, I tried to design them to be just a smidge smaller than the card so that they would fit inside the card, but you never know. Sometimes cutting can be off. Okay, so there's that. Okay, now this, I'm feeling this for sure on here, I think. It's like a little soap advertisement. Okay, and then, okay, so my date's here, which I think is going to go on the front here. Probably somewhere like there. All right, and I just saw on here this miscellaneous stamp, which I think would be really cute for this painting. I also, okay, let me see. Let me grab a stamp block for that one. Because this is really big. I think it's the only one I have that's going to fit, though. Okay, I'm going to stamp this onto one of these papers here. Let's see what I have here. Could be one of these. So it looks like this is going to be my best option, I think. Yeah, okay, that's going to fit on there just fine. I think that's going to match okay. If it doesn't, I'll just have to use it on a different one. The other thing I was thinking is that if you're working on any other projects, you could bring little tiny bits and pieces of those projects in and tuck those in your pockets, just as kind of like a little memory. I love to do that. That's one of my favorite like ways to like kind of have a memory of my previous projects, is to incorporate them into like my journal or something like that. Like that's a daily thing. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. I can't wait. Good thing about it is I can always do it again. That's why I consider stamps to be such a good investment, because you can just keep using them over and over. And when you especially love them. Okay, so let me get that. Okay. I may have this may be going on something else, because after all of that, I think it's too big. I thought it was going to fit okay. I think it's just too big. Alright, I will put that on a different one. Maybe I'll style my other one like around the whole idea of using that. Okay, so this is a piece of one of the washi strips that I did. This came in the original kit. Okay, so I could probably... I didn't do a clean rip on that. I ripped everything apart. Let's try this out here. Okay, I'm going to glue that on there. wanted it to look kind of, I'm going to go ahead and go with this. I wanted it to look kind of grungy like the painting. I also like things like this because it leaves a lot to your imagination, and that's kind of like, I think that's the really fun part of crafting. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I really would like to use this, and then I also would like to use what else? Ooh, that might be cute. Okay, so let me ink that one. Let's see. I think that's too close to the same size. Kind of like this color with that. Okay, so this probably has to be smaller if I want to use it in that pocket. I still kind of want it to have the rough edge. Oh, you know what? I have all my other background papers too. I should get those out because I can use those for layering too. Oh, I should do the corners on this first. Let's see. We'll go with this one. See if that's too tall. It's just gonna make it in there. All right. I have to put away some of my stuff here. Oh, I think I might use that's a good plan. All right, so we can decorate this like this. Okay, so I am going extra on these. Like, I know I did a bunch of easy ones last time. For whatever reason, I'm feeling extra today. So, like, I'm, like, decorating them a little bit more than I probably need to. But I just thought that it would be a good, like, we're a little bit further into the month now, and so I thought I could do like a couple more complicated ones and maybe incorporate some stamping, and then I will maybe incorporate some texture paste in the next one, just to give you guys, you know, more options, especially if you haven't done anything like this before. Like, we could just, you know, this is a good way to experiment with different stuff because it's so, like, it's like very low risk. It's very small. You won't be using a lot of your stuff up, you know, it'll be just a pretty simple way to try out new things or do things that you really, really love as well. Like if you really, really love texture paste or stencils, this is a good way to do that too. Okay, there's that on there. And then I think what I might do is, okay, so this paper is this paper. So I think I'm gonna glue this to the back of this paper as well, so that I'm like tying everything, you know, back in together, because that's the paper that I used right there. I'm using that again here. And then I'll put the paper from here on the back of this tag. So it's just kind of repeating elements. And I'm just going to cut this guy out. And we have that fun striped paper too. I'll probably use that for something too. I just want to incorporate like all different elements from the kit, from the pre-made ones to the ones where you can just make a tag. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a tag if you want to have like a different size of something or anything like that. Okay, so let me see how this is gonna go in here. And then I was thinking, I might make this a little bit shorter. I think it's a little bit on the long side. Okay, that was not a very good cut. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, I think we can live with that one. Okay, now I can't get my tag in. Okay, there we go. And then I have this pretty book. Go in there. And, okay, I did have that. Okay, this here. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick this on here as like a little bit of a tuck spot. So I'm just going to glue the side and the bottom here. Put that right on there. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to see if I want to add anything else to that. We could add like, do I have another one that I would like better here? Let me check my words. Oh, I like this one, unfolding. All right, I'm going to trim this. Did that one a little bit close. of like the idea of including that on here. I like to change my mind. I'm also going to grab a little piece of this seam binding from that other one there. And I think I can pink the end of it. Here. Just for a little bit of something else. I didn't do a very good job, did I? That's going in there. So that did not help me with putting something in my little tuck spot here, but it's very cute. Okay, let's see. I can add a number. I did make some random numbers. Sometimes having random numbers is fun. That's like a little addition. What do we think about this? I think I like that. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of I'm gonna add a little bit of ink to this guy here. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see if I can put this in there too. So I love to fill a pocket. That's really cute. Okay, there we go. Another one. Let's grab the next one, which is, I think, the 19th. Okay. Okay, so I've got this here, and this here. For some of these, I have these as well. It just depended on whether or not I had one that I liked. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. I do have my miscellaneous, but I'm waiting for one that it matches. Although, it does kind of match that one. Okay, let's see what we got here. Put that there. Put this here. Alright, so let's glue this one. Oh, my glue stick has given up the ghost there. Okay, so I have this. The other thing I was thinking is like it might be fun to just collage on one of these with like bits and pieces of stuff that's left over. But maybe that will be like a more of a like end project, you know? So I need to decide where I want to put that, and then if I want to put anything extra on here or the other side. this is gonna go on this side. Something like that. And then, okay, so I'm not sure what I want to put on the back side of it though, or if I want to put anything. I don't necessarily have to put anything. Okay, so let's put this on here. I think I might use one of these two. Just as like a little bit of a backing for that. And then I think I'm going to put some lined paper on the back of this one because both sides were kind of decorated. So I think I might do that for my back side there. Let me grab my ruler here and then I can tear this. Oh wait, does this have... Okay. We could go like that. Should we go up from the bottom? I think the bottom. Okay, let's do that. I could even do the top too, but I think the bottom is better. Whoops. Okay, there we go. I'll put that right there. Okay, now I want to put some paper on the back of this. Okay, because I like this paper, I am only going to put a little bit of lines on the back of this one. So that it doesn't cover up the whole thing. And then I'm thinking about putting the books with this here as like kind of like a little border. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Okay, brand new glue stick in the mix here. We just want this to go on flat because the paper is kind of wrinkly. Okay. Just need a little extra glue right there on that corner. Okay, so now I can do, what I think I might do is have it go off the edge and then just trim it. so that the whole thing's not going to be on there. I went a little bit more. Okay, let's try trimming this off. It needs to be trimmed a little bit more. Okay, I have this stamp from Paper Artsy that has this "There's nothing that can't happen today" on it. And I think I'm going to use it and staple it on there. And then that way it can be lifted up. You know what I mean? So it's kind of going to be just like an additional embellishment there on the top. And I'm going to try stamping it on this graph paper. I think the pattern is light enough that it should be okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, give this a shot and see how it looks. See if I can get it small enough. Okay, I got it really small. But I did get these bonus awesome little pieces of graph paper out of this, so that should be good too, right? Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to staple this guy on here. Okay, now that made an ugly thing up on this side, so I think what we're going to go for is some washi tape of some sort or another. Okay, let's try one like this. I think I can get away with that. It's kind of cute. All right, look at that. Another one on the done pile. All right, let's see. Let's go for the 20th. Okay, so here's a card for the 20th. Here's a date for the 20th. And here is a theme for the 20th. How do you like that? Okay, so I got writing there. this looks here. You might be able to employ some of my scraps here. Okay, let's grab this. That's not right for there either. I do really love this. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this one down. Oops. Okay. I feel like, I know this is kind of a strange combination, but I kind of feel like let go goes with the insects. Why? I'm not sure why I feel that, but it is really pink. I wonder if I can brown that up a little bit. Oops. I don't think that's working. Okay, what did that? Okay, so let's go with Discover for that one. Because I didn't really love how that other one looked. And I love adding, like, I think the stamp, I like adding the, like, stamping because I think it looks, it just looks more organic to me. Because it's just a different texture and a different style. It's nice to add a little personal touch. I wonder if I should have this go to here. Oh, I should have probably stamped on there before I glued it on there, but let's see what happens. Because I think I can pull it off if it's a disaster. There we go. I think I glued that a little crooked, but we're just gonna have to chalk that one up to crafting. Okay, I think that's a perfect place for a random number. Okay. So this is definitely could be, okay, so this could be like a more simpler version of some of my other ones, because even though I added the stamping, it's still going to be pretty quick. I don't know why I'm like all into spending a lot of time on these tonight, but I am, so. Okay, let's ink everything up to kind of like work it all together. All right, that's the 20th. Let's see what we've got for the 21st. Okay, so here's my card for the 21st. Here's my date. Thinking maybe that would be really pretty on here. And, okay, let's see what else we've got here. Have a stamp. Oh, I have a little bug. I should have put that on my last one. Okay, so I've got that too. Maybe a key. Can I put somehow, that's sizing on that is not right. Okay, wait, let's see. I like this color scheme here. Okay, so let's do this. All right, I'm going to attach this to the back there. And then I'm going to use the stamp as a tuck spot. Okay, so we use the stamp as a tuck spot, and then let's see what we're gonna put in. Oops. Okay. I'm going to put that across the top. This is kind of pretty. I wonder if that's off. Let me see. Okay, so let's turn this guy into a tag to go in my little tuck spot here. I'll put my January on here. On the top, my date. Okay, so that'll be right there. Okay, so this guy. Oh. Can I knock one more thing on the floor? Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this one down here. Okay, there we go. I think we're in good shape there. Yeah, I think that's cute. Okay, I'm totally down with that one. Okay, let's see what we got next. I'm gonna clean my scraps up a little bit here. I really would love to use that. That's super pretty. Okay, so what was that? What was that? January 21st. So now we're going to January 22nd. And I have this super cute little bird here. And this here. Ooh, ooh, I found a flower too. Okay, this is going to be cute. Okay, so let's do this one. I'm going to use up all my little craft paper scraps. So it's more fun when you have the like scraps from something else than if you just like have to cut it off yourself. All right, so I'm gonna put that down. All right, then this guy on top. Oops. I'm just gonna put glue in the middle here. Because I think I want to tuck the flowers behind there. Kind of like, yeah, like that. All right, so let me put some glue on the back of this guy. There we go. I have this kind of like red number too. I think I'm going to stick that on there because I feel like it kind of goes with the color scheme on here. It's kind of funny to stick numbers on there that don't really have anything to do with anything, but it really does look good. Should I put that down a little bit lower maybe? Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to go either right here, which is possible. or I can go on my back. Why not going up here at the very top? I'm going to cut this all the way down and see if that will work. Plenty of room to spare. Just inking around that just to kind of blend it into the whole situation there, and that's January 22nd. Okay, let's go to 23 here and see what I've got. There's the number. Plain background for that one, so maybe stamping? I don't know. Okay, so let's use, I have that, one of the little tags, and some of this stuff too. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to push these guys up here because these are the ones I'm not using. Okay. Okay, so I just need to decide if I want to stamp on this or not, and what I'm going to stamp. I'm leaning towards this one here. I think that would be my best option. I think I just like that script. Alright, so I think I'm going to stamp on this background. And you could paint or stencil on it too, or just glue, or you could leave it plain, or you could glue one of the papers down on here. There's a lot of different like options for your background, so you could go crazy. You could do all of the above. Okay, so let's see. I could use different stamps too, I guess, huh? Okay, let's do this. I think I'm just gonna, well, I'll see what's gonna happen here. I'm not sure. I might use just different parts of this stamp, or I'll go get a different one. think I'm gonna go, let's see, we could go here. Probably gonna have to get another stamp to fill this in because I don't know if I can fill the whole thing in with this, but we'll see what happens. Oh wait, I want to do this so that everything's going the same way. Okay, so let's do that. I think I might be able to get this whole thing, which will be a miracle. See how I didn't really plan. Not too bad. That's crooked, but that's okay because I'll cover it. It'll be covered up. Okay. All right, let me just clean that up. Okay, so back to my card here. Okay, so let's go here. All right, so because this is like, this is my little fancy card here, so I'm gonna add some of this lace stuff on here. I can get my scissors, or it's like embroidered actually. I'm probably not going to need this whole piece, but we'll see. I just thought it would be like pretty to have her on top of this. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut that. Okay, so let me put this on here. So I'm going to line this up pretty much right at the edge here. I'm gonna make sure this comes over this way. Make sure that's right at the edge, and then I can just trim what I don't want to use there. Okay. I don't think I need that. I think that's going to be too much. I'm not sure about that. All right, let me put this one down. All right, let me trim this so I can get a good idea of what it's going to look like. The 24th. We're almost caught up. It's very exciting. Okay, so these are the pieces I have here. Okay, so this is okay. All right. Okay, so should I do... Yeah. Okay, let's do it on this side because I've got lines on the back of this one. So I think that will make it good for writing. Here, and then there we go. Wait a second. I just put that on there upside down. Oh my goodness. You can tell it's getting late. Okay, that's gonna be okay though. I'm just gonna like baby wipe the glue off really lightly. There we go. It'll probably make the ink run a little bit, but that's okay because it'll just make it look a little... Okay. Okay, so thinking... I'm putting this in here like this. I almost wish I had like a little bit of trim to go around the edge, but I think the only thing I would have is washi tape. I don't know if I have anything that will match very well. Okay, so let me put this in here. I'm totally pulling on that, but okay. All right, there we go. Okay. I think this stuff might be going on the back of the card because I think it's a lot for the front. Okay, so let's do this. I might stick my, I don't know about that one actually. I was thinking of maybe putting my key in there, but okay. All right, so let me put this on here. And we can use, let's see. I have like a little bit of pink fabric over here. I don't know if that's going to be too wide. I think it might be too wide. We can try something else. I have this really pretty like embroidered edge here. I'm wondering if I can. Is it foolish to try to glue that on like a pocket? We're gonna try it. Okay, I think I got that all over the place. Let's try this. I think it might work. Okay, let's... I think that looks super pretty. I think that's as far down as this one's gonna go. Although it should go lower. Oops. I think the glue for that wound up on the glass mat. Okay. Okay, I need a pair of tweezers. Just want to see how low this goes. I don't want to cut the corners on this. I might be able to trim it a little though. Okay, I promise I will stop goofing with this. Okay. All right. Okay. I want to do... Can I do this on the back? I suppose I can do whatever I want, huh? Okay. I'm going to push that up that way. I think it would be nice to have some kind of a border on this. Oh, I have this. This is the Tim Holtz Remnants washi tape, and it has a super pretty floral in it. I may have used this already on this. Okay. Okay, I managed to get glue all over the place. Okay. I'm going to go across the top with this. We're actually going to go right here. Let's do that. That's fun. Okay, scissors. Okay, let's see. Ink. I did a spectacular job getting ink everywhere. See what I can do about that. Because that's the tea dyed paper, I can do a little action on that. Okay, let's see here. I think I'm not going to mess with it anymore. That's 24. Let's hit 25. I think we're doing a lot. I think this might be my last one for today. Let's see what we're going to do here. Oh yeah, I like the idea of this like running from top to bottom there. Oops. Holy mackerel. Okay. There we go. That is still not straight, is it? Oh boy. Try that. Alright, let's glue this guy on. Okay, and do a little trim. Ooh, this paper on the back is pretty. Gonna put that on there. Put that one on there. That's pretty good, actually. This is a pretty good simple one, I think. I kind of like how it's like not overly complicated, although I do enjoy an overly complicated thing. I'm wondering about, I had smaller lace, but who knows what I did with it. Thinking about cutting that off. Just so I can complicate this just slightly. Okay. Alright, since this is my last one, I can do a little extra. There we go. I feel like this needs like a random number or something somewhere. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to do this one up. Alright, there we go. Not bad, huh? We actually did more than I thought. So there'll be one more video this month to finish these off and make a box, and then also February will be coming out soon. So I will update you guys as soon as I know exactly which day I'm going to release it on. And I hope you're having fun, and I hope you enjoy the new ephemera, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video.